I'm gonna go ahead and keep it a buck and say that Game of Thrones really is a show that shows exactly what happens when you jump the shark and how that can affect not only the rewatchability of your entire series and readability of your entire story, but the future projects as well. You guys don't know, I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan up until season 8, as much as most people probably are. And there is a new spin off called House of Dragons that's coming out. And the trailer for House of Dragons dropped, and literally nobody was talking about it, to the point where people talked about the fact that nobody was talking about it. And it just got really low views compared to any other Game of Thrones trailer or anything else, even that was coming out that week. Honestly, I think some kids cartoons got better views for like trailers for new movies for kids, got higher views than this. And it just got a lot of dislikes on YouTube. It got a lot of hate, right? And so to me, I would probably watch the first episode of House of Dragons because I am always up for giving something a second chance. I mean, if anything is like shows us that a second chance is worth it, the DC verse is a huge example of that. We have the Snyder Cut, great second chance, definitely one. Suicide Squad, the new one, amazing, great second chance. Sonic, the Sonic redesign, great second chance. This could be another iteration of that, but it needs to earn it. And the newest snippet here of an interview with the director of House of Dragons kind of pinpointed me to that direction. So House of Dragon director aims to complement Game of Thrones rather than reinvent it. It's a different crew, different people, different tone. Hopefully it will seem as something else, but it will have to earn that. And that's absolutely true. This guy is putting so much distance between him and Game of Thrones, even though he's making a show spinning off Game of Thrones. But he's realizing now, even with the trailer, that Game of Thrones isn't really hot like it was back in the day. It's not. It's honestly more dead than it's ever been. Like, even the player numbers for any of the video games or the mobile games it's just dead. It's dead in the water, and it's a shame because it was one of my favorite series of all time. Up until that last season, up until the ending, it was so interesting. Me and my wife would rewatch Game of Thrones. I've rewatched the entire series. I mean, at least three or four times at this point. She would watch it even more, just have it in the background because she loved it that much. And then after the last season, after the last episode, we just stopped. It was awful, and this guy understands that. He understands. He's trying to pull away from it and do something different. He's telling you it's different. Everything's different. Crew, people, tone, everyone. The people that are making the sets. You know, the janitors are different. Everyone's different in this, so it's something else. But it'll have to earn its place. That means the first episode got to be a banger, and it's got to be really interesting. The acting's got to be on point, and the story's got to be really interesting. I'm willing to give it a chance. Are you willing to give it a chance? I don't know. I don't know if anybody else would. I mean, it's just not as hot as it used to be. And like I said, I mean, maybe it'll have a resurgence with this House of Dragon spin-off, but I really don't think that it will. Honestly, I think that it's really jumped the shark that hard. I think some people will watch it, maybe it'll get a couple decent reviews, but overall, that bad taste of Game of Thrones, it's the same bad taste that Rise of Skywalker gave the sequel trilogy. The sequel trilogy was not bad in my opinion until that movie, until Rise of Skywalker. Right after Rise of Skywalker, I can't even watch the sequel trilogy anymore because now I know how it ends, and it's just not fun for me. The sequel trilogy was alright until Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker was entertaining as I was watching it, but the longer you let it sit, the more nonsense it feels like. It just feels like they're not making a movie. It's like a parody kind of, and it doesn't seem like it fits the narrative at all. It doesn't feel like it fits everything. That's kind of what Game of Thrones did. It made it so you can't really watch the rest of it and it's even worse because it's like seasons of this. You don't really want to watch seasons of it because you know how it ends, and it ends poorly. That's what I'm talking about. It's the same thing. Rise of Skywalker and the ending of Game of Thrones are cut from the same cloth. So will this do good? I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know if I mean, I'm watching The Mandalorian right now, and that's kind of a prequel, and I can't wait to watch the Book of Boba Fett that comes out soon. So this is kind of a prequel to Game of Thrones, so maybe this will be good, maybe not. Who knows? Let me know your thoughts if you're even a Game of Thrones fan at all, and if you are, would you watch this even though if you didn't like the ending of the last season? Would you watch House of the Dragon? Let me know in the comments below. This is going to be Sunscape signing off. Take care, guys.